Hey guys, this week we did Chapter 5 in Advanced Java in Android Studios. I chose to do Case Project 5-5 Tech Gadgets app. It was the difficult one, and I regret it because I had a lot of trouble. I tried to go beyond what the book was asking for, and it just caused me a lot of trouble. And I spent over 20 hours, well over 20 hours, working on this over the past few days, and it just constant issues, and then I finally get done, and I've run into an issue with my emulator. I can't get it to connect to the internet. I've tried what everything else suggests for me to do, and it's not working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show that it actually is showing up in the browser, and then I'll copy the link from the emulator and open it up in Google Chrome on the computer. There's no way around it. I've been working on it for about 2 hours. I can't get it to work, and I've got a deadline, so it is what it is. I know the app's working, I just can't get the emulator to connect. With that being said, this week, Tech Gadgets app shows the top 5 technology gifts in your wish list, just some random crap I saw on Amazon. The opening screen uh, displays the names of 5 technology gadgets you're choosing. If the user selects any of the gadgets, a second screen opens that has an image and a button. If the user clicks the button, a web page opens and that displays more information about the tech gadget. That's what I was talking about. So the app does indeed open up the web page. It's just because I can't connect it to the internet, it won't actually show anything. So that's where I'm going to get that, copy that URL from the emulator, and then put it in just in Google Chrome so you guys can see that it works. Select your own images. Just got the stuff from Amazon. I also created my own icon launcher, and I also use that as just a bonus thing to put in with this in my list with my text views. Create a custom layout. Did that and a custom adapter. Uh, I could have gotten around that too. I found, but I went ahead and did it anyways. So with that being said, go ahead and close out of this. So there's no icon. I'll go ahead and close that. Uh, Main activity uh, is just a blank screen, but I've got a relative layout and then a list view inside of that. Normally there's constraint layout, and the book did not do a good job explaining that you have to delete all that. And I will say that relative layout and list views are part of legacy tools, which means they're not supported. I ran into that a lot too, where that caused me a lot of issues. So let's look at the code on that. So here's just my main page, okay? Relative layout, and then I just added in all the stuff that was in the initial constraint layout, and just yeah. So there's not a whole lot to that page, but we're gonna fill that in using our secondary layout. This is what we're gonna fill out. So for each of my items, they're gonna go to this text view, and then that's where my little drawable icon is. So we're working to populate this and format it, and then we're sending it all of them into the list view. So our array list that we're making, all of them go to secondary layout, formats it as a text view, and then populates it in here in the main, and that's what the user sees and interacts with. So let's look at the code for the main activity. So, book did not tell me, well, it did, it just, I didn't catch it at first. So we have to change this to list activity, extends list activity instead of app compatible activity. And like I said, this is outdated, so it's considering this a deprecated asset pretty much. So I had to suppress that with the suppress warnings annotation. Your generic stuff, here's my string array, text string array, where I've got my 5 random things. And then I'm taking this string, I'm sending it to my custom adapter that we'll go over in just a minute with the context of this page. Secondary layout is what we're wanting to pass it to, and then the actual array itself. So, and then that's all in a set list adapter. So well, let's go ahead and go over the switch statement. So once everything's kind of formatted, we're going to put everything together in this switch statement so that when a user interacts with the list items, it takes them to my second activity. Or I got multiple. I got 5 additional activities, one for each of the items, and then my main, and then my custom adapter. So not a whole lot to that one. And that's also the on list item click. So whenever they click it, that's when it starts running through this and gets that position. All right. Okay. So up here, we're extending our array adapter string. We're just setting our inflator, our string array. We're populating over here. Getting a resource ID. Just running through all that real fast. Then we get down here, and anytime you're messing with the array adapter import, it likes to auto-populate this code. The only thing I had to do was go in here and change what it's returning. So I'm returning my strings length for the count because that'll be 5. The string's position is going to be my item, so that's my key. I don't really, that'll be 0 for the item ID. Okay, alright. So here's, I'm setting my view. I've got my position, my context, so convert view. I'm setting my view up and sending it to secondary layout, and then my view group parent. And it runs through that. Okay, so these several classes, or 5, I should say, I've got one for each of my objects, so Moon, Projector, Tech Cleaner, Tesla Vacuum. I'm only gonna look at 2, but they all have the same code. Uh, and their activities do as well. The only thing that's changing in the classes themselves is the layout name and the URL it's attached to. And I'm not going to copy that from here. So, like I said, I'm going to get that from the emulator just to show it. So, let's go over to our XML page on that. I set it up. Uh, I don't really need to worry about the relative layout on this one because all I care about is grouping these two things together or just laying them out really. So design view, image, and then I've got my button. Let's go back to that. My button, unclick open, and that's important. So let's go over to project and view it. Like I said, it's just got a different URL and a different name. Same thing here. So, yeah, that's all for that one. So I'm going to go ahead and run it. Like I said, I can't get on the internet, so I'm sorry I can't show that. I tried, but I'm running out of time. So we looked at Moon and Projector, so let's just click on this one first. Go to website. See, it won't load no matter how long I sit here and do this. So what I'm going to do is click, copy, and then I'm going to go to Chrome, Control V, enter. And there's that. And just so we can see another one. Oh, wrong thing. Let's go back to our app. All right, so we'll do desk vacuum next. Go to website. Well, we're not going to load here either. So I'm going to copy within Chrome, backspace, Control V. And there we are. And I'm afraid that I can't really do much else since it won't connect to the internet, but that's all there is to it this week.